How you guys doing? I'm about to go live for my webinar Wednesday in a few minutes. Just wanted to say hi and share a little bit what's on my mind today. So I do appreciate everybody taking a look at the live video that I uploaded the other day talking about our gun laws and what's going on in California. However, one thing that I did notice is that I got a lot of people who liked it, a lot of people who had comments, but didn't get a lot of shares. And that's, where we run into problems. It's not good enough that you take a look and you say, oh, that's bullshit, I don't like it. Everybody needs to know that it's bullshit. It cannot just be you saying that you don't like the fact that you don't like these gun laws. If we don't have this conversation, these people go back to the polls and then vote for these exact same people who are making these moves to restrict our gun laws. So we need to start having these conversations clear across the board. We need to have these conversations, okay? California is actively trying their best to unarm their citizens by additional taxes. They just had something that failed that they were trying to have our homeowner insurance companies include questions on our policies about firearms in the home, if we have accessory dwellings, our firearms in the accessory dwellings, so we could potentially get raided. They were also trying to make us register each and every firearm that we have in our home by the serial numbers, no difference than we do a vehicle registration, and pay an individual registration fee for each firearm. That got kicked back. I know a lot of these things are already in the works and we're not going to be able to stop them, but at our next election, we need to get rid of the people who are putting them in force. What's going to happen come July is a lot of these brick and mortar stores, you're going to start seeing them close down. Okay. That is their agenda. They cannot stop us from getting our carry permits because that is up to our sheriff. They cannot stop us from purchasing these firearms because we have the Supreme Court's fighting for us now, and they're telling them to keep their hands off of them. But the one thing they can do, which is the oldest rule in the book that they pull, is taxing. That 11% tax is going to bring down the business that is going into all these brick and mortar stores. So they're going to be making less money. And when they do make less money, they're still going to have an 11% tax. So it's going to be more tax, less clientele. These people are paying space rents. They have employees. They're paying employment taxes. Some of them have 401ks, and that's not even including what they have going on at home. They have mortgages, kids in colleges, and everything else. These businesses are going to shut down. I'm already hearing from a few of them that they're planning on moving out of the state. And can you imagine our gun stores shutting down and moving out of state? That is exactly what California wants. So what we need to do is stop having these little conversations about Megan Thee Stallion's throw it back contest and all that other stuff. And we need to talk about what's important. Our entire government, not just in California, our U.S. government is actively working against its people, state by state, slowly but surely chipping away at our rights. If you're on the right, you see them chipping away. If you see it on the left, you see them chipping away. And there's going to come a time where there may be a time where you have to defend yourself against them, against your neighbor, against anybody. Who knows? But all we know is that where we are headed right now is not in the right direction. And what you need to be doing is trying to make sure that you do have the ability to protect yourself. So while you're walking around with your eyes wide shut, and scrolling through TikTok and Instagram and not having these discussions, they're slowly making it a way to where you cannot arm yourself. We have the election coming up, and the first thing you're going to start seeing is a ammo shortage, okay? Just like they did with COVID, they created an ammo shortage, so when you walked into a gun store, you could only buy 2 boxes of ammunition at one time. So you can buy 100 rounds of full metal jackets or 40 rounds of jacket hollow points at one time, so there was no stockpiling. California is actively trying to take your gun rights, okay? I know you guys have heard it over and over and over and over again from people all over the world. And, sometimes it sounds a little bit more extreme, so you dismiss it. Sometimes it comes from a messenger that you don't like, so you let it go. But I'm here to tell you, California's doing it, okay? From the taxes The SB2 doesn't, if SB2 passes, you can't even carry in a privately owned commercial building that is open to the public. Did you hear what I said? A privately owned commercial building that is open to the public. It will be illegal to carry in there if California was able to pass their SB2. That means malls, Walmart, Target, Winco, Stater Brothers, everywhere. Every shopping center, all those buildings are not owned by the city and the state. So what they did is made it to where even if it is privately owned, if it is open to the public, you can't carry there. So that means that there is not going to be a location where you're going to be allowed to protect yourself. There, including synagogues, churches, mosques, all of it. All of it. We just watched somebody walk into a church and start shooting a few weeks ago. They want all of that stuff to be gun-free zones. Now, I can't explain why. It doesn't make sense why the rules would apply towards me and not to anybody else. But we need to start having these conversations and make sure we let people know your gun rights are under attack. We are going to have another election. Make sure you vote these people out of office. Do not consider anything that is coming out of their mouth that may possibly be, oh, well, that sounds great. No. An armed society is a polite society. Okay? An armed society is a polite society. Our society is not polite. You know why? Because these people know we're not armed. All right? I need you guys to think about that. Start sharing this information. Start having these conversations. Do not keep this to yourself. Talk to anybody who is willing to listen. Okay? Our taxes, July 1st, 11% tax will be added to all firearm and ammunition sales, 11%. It's going to go almost to 20% for you to buy anything that is going to protect you, okay? SB2 is going to make sure you cannot even take that gun out of your home, maybe not even to your car, and that depends on how close you live to a school, and the taxes, okay? As I said before, they passed 27 new gun laws last year. I got a full bulletin on the beginning of the year since I'm a gun dealer. Please start paying attention because what we're about to start doing is losing our gun stores. We're going to lose our brick and mortars. And for the ones that think that they're going to go and be home-based, the state requires that you get approval from your HOA to be home-based. Think about that. Okay? We got to get these people out. We seriously have to get them out.